Hosh Keldon Kardashem. Unless the legend is a lie, you are the man I've longed to meet. Renowned master and mentor, Ezio Auditore da la la la. Yusuf Tazim, on his first meeting with Ezio Auditore da Firenze, 1511. Hello, and welcome to Visions of the Past. My name is Andrew, and I am the host of this Assassin's Creed lore podcast. This is episode 39, and today we're going to talk about Yusuf Tazim. Before we get into the character himself, let's take a look at the meaning of his name. The name Yusuf means God will increase, and is of Arabic origin. It is also the Turkish and Arabic form of the name Joseph. Tazim, his last name, means glorification or exaltation, and is often a given name as well as a family name. We first see Yusuf in Assassin's Creed Revelations, where he is voiced by Chris Parson, and in the novel of the same name. But he is also mentioned in the official novelization for the Assassin's Creed movie, and makes appearances in the iOS game Assassin's Creed Recollection and the mobile game Assassin's Creed Rebellion. Born sometime around 1467 in the city of Bursa within the Ottoman Empire, Yusuf is the son of an unnamed assassin and Nalan, a pastry cook. Yusuf was raised by his mother, completely unaware of his father's fate or his assassin legacy. In 1475, when Yusuf was 8, his mother took him to Constantinople, fleeing Bursa in the middle of the night. Nalan worked in the city's bazaar, making pastries for Bakir bin Salah, while Yusuf ran the deliveries. Because Nalan had a hard time supporting herself and Yusuf, this was when Yusuf started to use his agility to become a skillful pickpocket. One day, Yusuf took the purse of a woman who was wearing rich clothing, and the theft was witnessed by Davoud bin Hassan. Davoud knew this woman had just left an abusive husband, and the only thing she and her children had left was what was in that purse. So he followed Yusuf, and they got into a fight. Yusuf ended up breaking the boy's nose, but eventually lost the confrontation. Once Yusuf realized the situation of the woman he stole from, he returned the purse. The two boys became friends, and Yusuf agreed to let Davoud teach him who the right people were to steal from, and to defend the small folk of the bazaar. In April of 1480, after seeing what Yusuf was doing with his new friend, Nalan told Yusuf about his father, giving Yusuf his father's hidden blade that was given to her after his death. She told him that his father also fought against those who sought to dominate others, and that he intended for Yusuf to do the same when the time was right. 2 years later, in 1482, Yusuf and Davoud broke into the house of the new owner of the bazaar, and in an attempt to steal as much as they could to help out the merchants after their rent had been quadrupled. However, as they were looting the upstairs, the owner arrived with a guest, essentially trapping the two in the house. As the owner went upstairs to find something to celebrate alongside with his guest, Davoud prompted Yusuf to flee while he distracted the owner. The merchant then entered the room, and Davoud jumped him. Yusuf fled using his father's hook blade, but not before witnessing the merchant cut Davoud's throat. Not understanding what the merchant was talking about when he spoke to his guest about assassins and Templars, Yusuf made a promise to himself to watch for any individual bearing the red cross that Yusuf saw on the merchant's ring. Around 1484, when Yusuf was 17, he was well known as a vigilante and a thief within the city. This caught the eye of the Ottoman vizier and assassin mentor, Ishak Pasha. This led to Yusuf joining the brotherhood just before he turned 20. In 1495, Yusuf accompanied Ishak to Spain to help the Spanish Brotherhood recover Niccolo Polo's journal. However, it had already been traded between the Spanish Inquisition and the Ottoman Templars, and instead of recovering the journal, they ended up walking into a trap, barely escaping with their lives. 7 years later, Yusuf would ally with a handful of Venetian assassins in Greece in an attempt to bring an end to the Ottoman-Venetian War. This attempt led to the war coming to an end by 1503. The peace lasted until 1509, when the area's Templars gathered under the banner of the Byzantine Empire. Yusuf led the assassins in this struggle, and for his efforts was appointed as the leader of the Ottoman Assassins by 1511, though he was never considered a mentor. In 1511, the Ottoman Assassins heard of the Italian mentor Ezio Auditore's encounter with the Templars that were occupying the old assassin fortress, located in the city of Masyaf. Hearing that Ezio was going to come to Constantinople, Yusuf met him at the Golden Horn. While Yusuf showed Ezio around Constantinople, he explained the current conflict within the city between the Assassins and the Templars, as well as the conflict that was going on between the Ottomans and the Byzantines, and what used to happen to the Assassins under the Byzantine Emperor. After showing Ezio the local guild that was located within the Galata district, Yusuf gave him a hook blade. While claiming to have grown up using the weapon, Yusuf demonstrated some of its features and techniques for its use. The two then climbed Galata Tower, allowing for Yusuf to show Ezio the full city. After returning to the guild, another Ottoman assassin would inform the pair that two of the city's assassins' dens were under attack. Yusuf sent Ezio to protect the Galata den while he went to the Grand Bazaar. Ezio saved the Galata den, but Yusuf was too late to save the Grand Bazaars, although Ezio arrived in time to help Yusuf retake the den. After the battle, Yusuf taught Ezio how to craft specialty bombs, and informed him that if he wished to learn more, to seek out Piri Reis within the Grand Bazaar. At this point, Ezio showed Yusuf the journal of Niccolo Polo, and told him about the Masyaf keys. Yusuf responded with no personal information, only saying that he should ask Piri Reis for directions to the old Polo trading post. Sometime after, Yusuf traveled to visit the assassin allies within Constantinople. However, as the thieves, mercenaries, and Romanis were in different locations, Ezio led the way in helping coordinate with the Romanis. Later in 1511, Yusuf and the other Ottoman assassins discovered the Byzantines' plan to kill Prince Suleiman shortly after he returned from his Hajj. In order to protect him, they prepared to infiltrate the prince's cultural exhibition at Topkapi Palace, dressed as Italian minstrels. Ezio met with Yusuf and other Ottoman assassins as they were discussing the plans at the Hippodrome, and offered to help. Yusuf, though, insisted that it was an Ottoman affair, and that he need not worry about it. After a discussion that included the Templars finding a key under Topkapi, the two came to an agreement, and the group set off to the palace. After stealing the clothes of several minstrels in an effort to blend in with the crowd, the group entered the party. Ezio distracted the people using his sight to identify Byzantines, who were hiding among the crowd, waiting to kill the prince. Yusuf and the other Ottoman assassins silently removed the targets and hid the bodies. Eventually, the Byzantines realized the danger and killed one of the prince's guards, triggering an alarm. As the elite janissaries guarding Prince Suleiman devised an escape plan to get the prince to safety, the Templars made a desperate attempt on Suleiman's life. Yusuf would break cover, killing several enemies with his blade, while Ezio intercepted the final Templar, killing him with the broken neck of a lute. After an Ottoman assassin discovered the delivery of several firearms to the harbor of Theodosius, Yusuf went to investigate. At the harbor, Yusuf ran into Ezio, who told him about the mission to tail Tarik Barleti. As they thought of a way to get into the harbor, the pair saw a couple of janissaries yelling at a merchant and stealing his goods. Yusuf remarked on the actions, leading Ezio to the idea of using nearby heralds to start a riot to give them cover into the harbor. Yusuf didn't like the idea, saying that Ezio would manipulate the people for his own purposes. Even though he didn't like it, he saw the necessity of it and suggested that Ezio at least protect the rioters from the attacking guards. Ezio successfully entered the port and discovered Manuel Paleologos speaking with Shakulu and Tarik about the weapons and their destination. Near the end of 1511, Ezio set sail for the Templar-held province of Cappadocia to pursue Manuel, and Yusuf informed him that the Great Chain had been raised across the Golden Horn to prevent any ship from leaving because of Ezio's assassination of Tarik. He then gave Ezio a bomb that was powerful enough to destroy the lighthouse that held the chain in place. Before Yusuf helped Ezio with his escape, Ezio asked him to protect Sophia Sartor, Ezio's love interest, from the Templars. Yusuf agreed, and together with the Ottoman assassins, started to guard the former Polo trading post. In April of 1512, the trading post was attacked by the Byzantine Templars, and Yusuf faced off against them within the store, eliminating many of them. Unfortunately, he was dealt a fatal blow in the back, leading not only to his death, but also to Sophia's capture. When Ezio returned from Cappadocia, he discovered Yusuf's body on a bench in Sophia's shop, with the dagger still within his back. Closing Yusuf's eyes, Ezio gave him his last rites, telling him that he had earned his rest. This kicked off a large assault on the Byzantine forces, though the Templar Grand Master, Prince Ahmet, would escape. Shortly after, the assassins buried Yusuf in a small cemetery near Galata Tower, where Ezio spoke to the gathered assassins. It was at this time that Ezio appointed Dogon as the Ottoman Assassins' new leader. Sometime during Yusuf's 45 years, he had at least one child, and, by 2016, one of his descendants, Emir, was kidnapped by the Templars, who had hoped to learn more about Yusuf's interactions with Ezio through Emir's DNA. From the first moment that I played Assassin's Creed Revelations and met Yusuf, I enjoyed the character. He was cheerful and fun to be around, but at the same time, he took threats seriously. A skilled warrior and a respected leader, Yusuf quickly earned Ezio's respect and friendship. His fellow Ottoman assassins followed him without question, and when he was murdered, they became saddened and enraged. He could even look past assassin interests to Ottoman interests as a whole, looking to keep Suleiman safe, even if the prince didn't aid the assassins. While it doesn't feel like we get a lot of time with him, we get enough to know him for who he is, and not just a cog in Ezio's story, like some other characters we've seen over the course of Ezio's trilogy. Would I like to get more time with Yusuf? Yes. But the story that he had to tell is done, and I don't think there is any real reason to return to the character, even if we did return to the Ottoman Empire at the end of the 15th century, or the beginning of the 16th. Thank you for joining me today. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday for new episodes. If you love the Visions of the Past podcast, I'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on Apple Podcasts. If you have any questions about Assassin's Creed or topics that you'd like me to cover, please feel free to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at visions_AC, and you can find those links in this episode's show notes. Until next time, my assassin friends, make sure to follow the creed, and to those Templars listening, may the Father of Understanding guide you.